2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Clouds passing high over the 10th Avenue Bridge and the Mississippi River here in Minneapolis. A gorgeous scene. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning into 2K Sports. We've got some NBA action for you coming up. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and two Hall of Famers. Doris Burke here at the table, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. Hey, Dave.
Kevin, thanks very much. Nikola Jokic loves to pass. He said an assist makes two people happy instead of just one. So it's as simple as that. And that simplicity and creative joy is part of what makes the big.
Sure is. Thanks, D.A. Well, Doris, it should be an interesting matchup in the low post. How do you see the battle of the bigs playing out in this one tonight?
Boy, what a classic low post strength-on-strength contest we are in for tonight. Now, that's more the exception than the norm these days. But I'll tell you what, you give me some skilled big men on the box doing work, I'm all about that.
Here's the starting group for Houston. Thomas is out there with Scott. Then it's Corey Joseph. Then there's Carter. And it's Jokic in at the 5 down low. And for the Timberwolves, we've got Durant. Karl Anthony Towns is out there with Junior. And there's D'Angelo Russell. And it's Doncic in at the shooting guard position. Now, here's Doncic. Down low, here's Lewis. That's in, coming off the assist from KD.
Listen, this guy is far from just a scorer. Kevin Durant loves to share the basketball.
Outside, Scott, three-pointer. Unable to get that one. And Minnesota now the other way. To the paint. And Junior throws it down.
You know, there's an unselfishness to Luka Doncic, and a pretty pass right there.
On offense, here are the Rockets. 4-point game. Now Carter. Playing Portland, he was nearly unstoppable. The Rockets shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
And typically a strength of theirs, 79% on the season.
Both good from the line that time.
You can tell when he steps to the line the kind of confidence he has in himself. It's written all over his body language.
Here's Lewis, and Junior throws it down hard.
Boy, what a feel Luka Doncic brings to the game. This guy always willing to get his teammates involved.
And so it's Joseph with it. He'll bring it up for the Houston Rockets. This is their first chance this season playing the Timberwolves.
And here we go. The first in what will be a 3-game season series between the two teams.
You know, right out of the gates, one team gets a lead with the head-to-head advantage, bragging rights, if you will, over the other. And tonight, it starts.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Minnesota shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
Yeah, pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter.
And Doris, the offense is there for Towns. That's obvious. But how does he improve defensively?
Well, you make a great point. Number one, he's always carried such a heavy burden offensively. Remember, this is a big guy, actually size 20 feet. So quickness laterally has always been an issue. For me, it's about one thing. Know your personnel and play smart angles, and that should help immensely.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
And that one's good. Doncic.
Talk about hitting the ground running. 4 for 5 to start.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And there it is for him.
I'll tell you, a terrific read from Corey Joseph. He recognizes the overcommitment of the defense and takes advantage.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
I tell you can't get stops if you're unwilling to put in the work.
Here's Joseph following the bucket by the Timberwolves. And that one drops.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Carter outside. Here's Scott. Great D that time from Lewis. Timberwolves leading by 7. There's the lob to Towns. The feed now to Durant. Outside for Lewis. Doncic outside. Shot clock at 5. He makes another one. That's 4 up and 4 in to start his game.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Inside. Here's Scott. And it's blocked by Lewis. But they recover it. Here's Carter. Lewis grabs the board. Last game for Houston, they picked up the win against the Trailblazers. Very pretty alley-oop layup.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. Fresh from a win against Portland.
Well, on the road, you don't expect to look so comfortable on the offensive end, but that was the story of the game.
It came down to execution. No wasted possessions, and that is absolutely essential trying to win on the road.
Now, here's Scott. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Portland. Passes it to Jokic. Towns with the steal. Beyond the arc. No good. So Houston will take it the other way. Scott against Lewis. Scott the pass to Carter. Back to Scott. Over Lewis. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. On the league, Doris, we're seeing plenty of small ball, but some teams are going big. If you were a coach at this point, which way do you think you'd lean?
Well, Kevin, I think the best coaches maximize the talent at their disposal. And sometimes a coach philosophically may believe in, I emphasize the three-point line. I want to eliminate all mid-range shooting. I want to get to the restricted area and the free throw line. I mean, to me, I love playing a high-tempo, wide-open floor game. Let's let the players show off all their skill.
Now, here's Grant. After the miss from Lewis. Here's Scott. The pass to Stanley. Three-pointer. And it's Malone with the rebound. Here's Minnesota. They're on a 17-7 run. Lewis kicks to Edwards. Floats one. The shot, no good.
Boy, in that close, he's almost automatic. But boy, that's pretty good defense. Wow.
Here's Stanley. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Lewis has got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Edwards. Rockets with the rebound.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
Pass to Romero. Pass to Griffin. Grant outside. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin. Grant's got it back down to single digits for the Rockets. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for Minnesota. Their last game, a win against the Lakers, looking to carry it into this one.
And the focus was to get stops. All game, they were right up on shooters, and that led to some big-time rejection.
The best defenses do a great job of protecting the rim. That team did not give an inch. They defended and contested every shot.
And it's Scott with the jam.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket, guys, still shaking. Timeout called, first of the game for Minnesota. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Doncic, no good.
Well, seized up just a little bit at the last second. That's when he normally converts.
Junior's out there with Durant. Then there's Doncic. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Russell in at the point guard. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. Junior, in his last outing against the Lakers, put on a show. He he scored 53 points. And that was just the start of it. He wound up with a triple-double in what was quite a display for him. It's rare to see any player put up numbers like that. It's likely a game he'll always remember. Kevin?
All right, David, thanks. It's going to be interesting to see how he follows up that performance.
Yeah, he was the driving force behind that victory, but each night comes with a different challenge.
What you love about this guy, though, is even when the defense adjusts to what he's doing, he'll make an adjustment right back. He is always ready with a counter.
Here's Russell. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
For Minnesota, they have gone 7 of 9 from the free throw line tonight.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
Well, we know, Greg, that Jokic is such a unique talent at that center position. Young player, already top 10 in career triple-doubles.
How about the most triple-doubles ever by a foreign player? You think of the great skilled European big man. Jokic, arguably the most skilled of them all.
Here's Scott. He scores with that shot. Now he's 3 of 8.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Feeds to Lewis, and Junior throws it down.
Well, the more repetition he gets, the more floor awareness you develop. D'Angelo Russell showing a desire to get his teammates involved.
Now here's Joseph. No points in the game yet for him. Towns with the defensive effort. Timberwolves leading by 19 points. The 3 for Doncic. And that one is off. And now the fast break. Thomas with the ball. And it's off from three-point range. There's the feed to Lewis. Timberwolves passing it around. And Towns throws it down.
Look out below. An airmail special by Cat.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Back to Carter. There we go. Now in the scoring column with that make, he is 1 for 4.
This guy can do so much for you on the offensive end, and that is why his number gets called time and time again.
Stolen by Joseph. And it's the Rockets on the break. And it's blocked. Russell passes to Towns. To the middle. And Junior throws it down.
Oh, big finish. Emphatic.
He hangs on the rim just for good measure. Wow. Now a timeout called by Houston.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
Well, poor rotations, poor communication. There's a lot to figure out right now.
Doncic against Carter. Passes it to Jokic. Down to 5 on the shot clock. No good with the elbow jumper.
I'll tell you, they're going to need more from this guy if they're going to cut into this deficit.
Lewis down low. Scott's there. Can't get the reverse flush. To the inside. And it's Carter missing.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Here's Lewis. Action coming off the assist from Katie. And that's 15 points for Junior.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Here's Scott. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Lewis has got 9 rebounds now tonight. Russell kicks to Lewis. Here's Towns. And he makes that one. Towns has got 6 in the quarter.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Outside Thomas. Now the pass to Carter. Here's Jokic. Down low, Scott. And he uses the glass on the layup. Scott's got 9 points.
Oh, I love that dish down low.
Minnesota calls timeout.
And sometimes from the outside, not always clear what led a coach to call for a timeout.
And as you know, it's what comes after that gives you some sense of what has changed.
Here's Minnesota. They're on a 15-6 run. Here's Lewis. That's in for his 8th bucket tonight. A hot 8 for 11 shooting so far.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Pass to Doncic. To the paint. Here's Malone. He's just scored his first basket with that shot, making him 1 for 4.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
To the middle. Here's Scott, and it's blocked by Lewis. Here's Doncic. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. 12 points for him.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Romero, the pass to Grant. Here's Stanley. A three-pointer off the mark.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And Junior throws it down.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. On the wing, Scott, all alone. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
Well, the defense flat out awful right there, and he couldn't punish them for their mistake.
Edwards passes to Lewis. With 2 seconds left, and it's good on the layup. Lewis has got 21.
Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves, up by 33 points as the buzzer sounds. A huge lead for them. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. KD, you're running and gunning out there. How much fun is it when the offense is flowing like that?
Well, I think this team is very well disciplined, and they do all the details.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You look at Junior in this game, he's been everywhere.
Well, he was putting on a passing clinic in that first half, set up a lot of their mates.
Doing such a great job of orchestrating this offense. I love the way he has been in complete command of the offense.
So on the floor for Houston, they've got Scott. Carter out there with Corey Joseph. Then it's Thomas. And it's Jokic in at the center, filling out the middle. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, we all know that there are some people who dislike James Harden's style of play. They're bored watching him shoot free throws. He said, "I see how teams guard me and find ways to exploit it. I just outthink the game, and I'm faulted for it." Kevin, that may be, but it's hard to argue with the results. Back to you.
You're right, one of the top scorers in league history, David. Thanks for that report. And the Timberwolves with possession here. The Rockets making the shot.
Well, he's such a good athlete for a center. It's how he's able to succeed despite being one of the smallest fives in the NBA.
Pass to Scott. And it's blocked by Lewis. And they're able to recover. Fades back. That one goes. Count it. Jokic has got 6.
Boy, everyone is getting to their spots and then capitalizing. 3 for 4 in the quarter. Beautiful.
And the slam dunk by Russell.
So a point guard who can flush it with authority. D'Angelo Russell takes advantage.
And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for Houston. Passes to Scott. He blocks it again.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Greg protecting the rim. Love the hustle. The 3 for Doncic. No love that time. With that miss, he is now 6 for 9.
They tried to stay perfect in the half, but 3 for 4 now.
Thomas, no luck. Timberwolves have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Here's Towns. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Well, he spent 1 year in college at Kentucky, yet Karl Anthony Towns has made such a smooth transition to the NBA. His ascension, guys, has been really remarkable.
Daniels, he's checked in for Durant. And a switch here also for Houston. Olynyk, he's checked in for Scott. Lewis against Joseph. Here's McDaniels. Drills it from outside. He's got 10.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Now here's Lewis following the miss by Jokic.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Monte Morris is checked in for Minnesota. The free throw drops for Lewis.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
Joseph looking around. Olynyk has the open look. Drains it from beyond the arc.
Well, obviously, this one reason why Kelly Olynyk is out there, his ability to stretch the floor with his long-range shooting.
Here's McDaniels. Puts it up. They get it back. Here's Towns. Good defense by Jokic. Houston's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Olynyk, high post. Greg, I know you've played for some great coaches in your day. What is it that separates the truly elite coaches, in your opinion, from just coaches that are pretty good?
I think the one attribute that's most important for a great coach is consistency. And I've said this, you can coach a lot of different ways, you can win a lot of different ways, but you've got to be sincere and true to your principles and your philosophy. And those are the coaches, and I've had them that have done it different ways, but they've been the most successful. And listen, you've also at the professional level, you've got to have a presence about you. You got to have some charisma out there as well to get these men to buy in.
He's 0 of 1 from the line, missing on his first trip.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Houston's got more than a 50% success rate on their three-pointers since halftime. They're 4 of 7. Carter against Edwards. Inside, here's Griffin. Left side, Scott. And it's blocked by Lewis. And he recovers it. Scott can't get it to go.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Well, not at the offensive end, certainly. He cannot buy a bucket right now. Oh, what a mid-air adjustment. You know, he had to alter his release point, but didn't let it throw off the shot.
Edwards against Carter. Lewis grabs the board. Lewis has got 14 rebounds tonight, going after. The drive by Russell, and he banks in the layup. Russell's got his third basket of the night right there.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
And the basket by Stanley.
Well, everyone's seeking those high percentage looks in the restricted area. Nicely done there.
Lewis kicks to Edwards. Misses the three.
Let's give some credit to the defense for how they're guarding this guy right now, because they're refusing to let him get comfortable.
The pass to Lewis. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Stanley, the pass to Grant. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, the length and athleticism that Jeremy Grant possesses puts the defense in a tough spot. That's nice.
And Grant drops them both. Lewis on the wing. Defended by Scott. To the middle. Doncic. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Doncic has got 14 points for the game. Outside Griffin. Lets the three fly. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves holding an unbelievable lead as the quarter wraps up. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We'll return shortly. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
I'll tell you, in today's game, you want skill and decision-making at every position.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. They've got Malone. Junior's out there with Durant. Then there's Luka Doncic. And it's Beverly in at the 1. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. And the foul called on Junior. That'll be his second foul of the game. Here's Clemens. No good with the triple.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
It's Durant with the drive.
Boy, KD just lethal on the drive to the rack, and he gets a head of steam behind him. Forget about it.
And for Houston, they're shooting terribly up to this point, just 30%. Some ramshackle offense play there. Clemens passes to Griffin. Doris, as we've seen, NBA players are becoming more vocal on social issues. And some will say, keep politics out of sports. Should the NBA and should all sports be worried about that backlash?
Kevin, one of the things I admire most about the NBA is its commitment to the causes it believes in. And whether we are talking about the mental health issues of some of their players or the current situation in the country, the NBA's commitment to supporting equality and social justice is admirable. What is controversial about equality and social justice for all? Nothing. I admire their commitment. They're on the right track.
Scott, good.
What a find by Griffin. He's a lot more skilled as a passer than he gets credit for as far as power forwards go. He has terrific vision.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Blake Griffin. And he knocks down the first one. And he makes both free throws. Here's Clemens. We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. Scott can't get it to go. The Timberwolves shooting it very well tonight, around 57%. No good from Durant.
Well, they have the advantage, but you still feel like this guy needs to find a way to get himself going.
Here's Duncan. Rebound, Minnesota. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. That'll be the latter half of this two-game homestand. Up again. And the rebound goes to Griffin.
Well, this has not been his finest hour, but give your teammates some credit for doing the job of stepping in.
And Duncan with the basket on the assist by Griffin. Griffin's got 4 assists now tonight.
Wow, something's brewing, guys. The three-pointers just continue to flow.
Here's Lewis, and he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Parker's checked in for Malone. McDaniels comes in for Kevin Durant. And Morris subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Clemens, no good.
Going for that shot in that situation is something that isn't going to help the offense.
And in a way, by taking that one, he's bailing out the defense. It's just too easy to stop.
Here's Clemens after the made shot from Lewis. Here's Clemens, covered by Parker. Clemens passes to Jokic. The shot's good.
Sometimes He seems to be indestructible with the finishes he can make. Jokic is a force down low.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Greg, we are in an era of positionless basketball. We know the All-Star game now has a 2 backcourt, 3 front court position as opposed to 2 guards, 2 forwards, and a center when you're voting. Should they get rid of those designations entirely?
I tell you what, I think you could make a strong case for that. When you go back to last season, many felt Jimmy Butler got robbed of a starting spot.
Yes.
I think, listen, this is the fans' vote. Why not the 5 top vote getters? I don't care if they're 4 guards. If the 5 players that the fans want to see the most play a certain position, then so be it. You know, they're not going to play all 48 minutes. You're still going to have your 7 other spots to kind of balance out the roster. I say just let the fans tell you the 5 they want to see, and let's go play.
I think excellent touch from the post, and you get the sense they trust Olynyk here. Fantastic at utilizing his size.
And so it's Jokic with the ball. He brings it up for the Rockets. Here's Clemens, covered by Morris. For Minnesota, they've gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. And the dunk by Parker.
How about the timing? That's just great execution. Jabari Parker send it in.
Tipped away. Stolen by Lewis. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Lewis has got 38 points.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
And that, to me, is a sign of excellent coaching. There's an attention to detail. There is valuing of every possession.
And this is where Jokic is most comfortable. The closer he is to the rim, the more effective he becomes.
And you know that's going to be goaltending, guys, so that's a free basket right there. And with the frequency of three-point shots skyrocketing, Greg, does the drastic change concern you? And should something be done to lessen the dependence these teams have on threes?
It's crazy. I mean, we're starting to see teams take more threes than twos. You know, some have said maybe limit fouls on three-pointers to only 2 free throws. That might eliminate some of the flopping on those long-range attempts, but I really feel like this is the evolution of the game, and that 3 is going to be vital.
And the dunk by Parker.
And the definition of teamwork right there on that alley-oop.
And Greg, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder. Yeah. Here's Clemens to the inside. And some nice passing there by Houston. Pass to Jokic. 6 on the shot clock. Duncan. There's another block, making his presence felt on this end.
He's holding down the fort, anchoring the defense.
Shot clock at 3.
And that's what Jabari Parker has to his advantage on defense. Use that length to challenge the shot. Nice.
And the dunk by Parker.
Yeah, he's shown terrific control of the pace and the rhythm of this offense.
And I think they count on him for that. He is a tone setter, extremely unselfish.
Now, here's Jokic, and the shot is good.
And just paying attention to the details and makes great reads offensively. Jokic is so comfortable with the catch and shoot.
Here's Lewis. Oh, the lob to Parker. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And ever since halftime, they played precision basketball offensively.
I got to believe that's something the coach talked to them about at the halftime. They have valued each possession.
Here's Jokic. Jabari Parker making his last shot. Off target with the jump hook. Lewis with it. Guarded now by Duncan. And now Jokic pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Finished off the break. Jokic has got 10 points in just the second half.
And you better hammer Jokic to get him off on his shot. The Serbian is a solid 7-footer and laser focused.
Now, here is Morris.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Timberwolves.
Not only did they shoot the ball better, but they had more assists.
Yeah, I thought the passing in terms of finding the open man gave them the higher percentage shots. The ball movement was key for the win.
And these guys already with 45 wins on the year, so tonight we'll make it 46.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Junior.
Boy, I think you could pick about any area of this basketball game and feel like he excelled in it. He was a dominant figure at both ends of the floor and finishes with a triple-double. What an unbelievable performance.
.104 left to play in the final quarter. Here's Clemens. Again with the block. And that's 9 blocks.
You know he's going to be coming hard for that 10th, too.
And the dunk by Parker.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
No question. They've gotten hot at exactly the right time. Clutch play on a team level.
Now here's Duncan. The three-pointer, no good. Lewis against Duncan. Olynyk with the steal. And it's Houston's ball. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Nabbing another steal. And that's his 6th steal of the night.
Imposing his will at the defensive end.
Lewis kicks to Ennis. And here is Parker. Pass to Beverly. Lewis, left side. Off with the layup. So it's Minnesota winning this one easy. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. So long, everyone.